Hello, everyone. It is Amber Carlton with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties. And I'm here with your market update for July of 2022. My software just told me something interesting. So if this ends up not having any audio, I will re-record it. But hopefully that's not true. Never a dull moment. Anyways, so I've currently got up our July absorption rates, and I'm going to pull up June so we can compare them side by side. If you've been watching these for a while, it felt like things were starting to ease. Every year around the 4th of July in our market locally, we slow down every single year since I've been here since 15. So 7 years straight, it slows down around the 4th no matter what. Did it in 2020, did it in 2021. Guess what? Did it again this year. But I do feel my phone's starting to ring more, and it seems like things are picking up again now. So that's good. But our absorption rates are reflecting the slowdown in it of the numbers. So let's dive right in. So we can see the purchase price, median sales price only went up $380, not even, which most of the months it has been going up by over 1,000 or more. So that's one area. Average days on market for sold actually did drop down too. So the new properties that are hitting are flying off the shelves when they're priced appropriately, and if it's something people have been waiting for. Average days on market for active actually did go down 1 day too. So when we look down below, we stayed the same all the way until we get to our 160 to 180. That went up to 2 months worth of absorption rates, which is good. We need it. But we went from 5 homes total to 14. So we over doubled what we had for listing inventory there. So that's something to look at too. As we move down the line, we stayed the same basically until we hit our luxury price point, and that went up a month. But we went from 72 listings all the way up to 95 in the over 500,000. So if you're looking for a home in that area, you have much more selection now, which is great. I do think when our market does start to ease, if that is what we're headed into, which it's not just going to slam on the brakes, you guys. We have hardly anywhere to rent. We still have a housing shortage. We are still very, very deep into a seller's market right now. But I do think when we see the slow coming, it'll start with those luxury price points and trickle down. On top of that, it's still a seller's market. However, as a seller, start tempering your expectations. It will not likely be priced at the top of the range anymore and going for multiple offers, way over asking the first days that it's on the market. Probably not going to be the case anymore as it has been. It'll still move, especially if you're pricing more appropriately in the range of value instead of on the top. Just start tempering those expectations and knowing that, hey, you could actually be on the market for the full absorption rate of a month up to 4 months or whatever it may be. And being okay with that timeline and knowing that that's something you might be actually looking at versus anticipating selling for way over what you're asking and right away. That's not what we're seeing necessarily as much right now. We are still seeing it, not nearly as much as we were. And it'll be interesting to keep our eyes on these absorption rates and see kind of what our trend is into the fall. Just a snapshot on what I've seen over the past 7 years locally. It always slows down around the 4th of July. Sometimes that slow starts in like mid to end of May. Sometimes it starts in June. But for sure by the end of June over the 4th, it's kind of crickets. You might get some things happening, but not a ton. And then it tends to pick up a little bit like now into the fall. And then it slows down again around the holidays because people are focused on that. And then especially on our super busy years, I feel like mid-January, that second week in January, it's like everyone's on it, ready to go. And usually people are, that feeding frenzy is like mid-January, February, March, sometimes April. Sometimes it's already starting to slow in April. So when you're thinking about when to list and all of that jazz, those are things to consider. Overall, our market didn't change terribly much, but that shows you where we're at. Here's different ways you can connect with me on social media. The vast majority are amber.realtor. A few are ACarlton realtor. If you ever have questions on anything, please direct message me or text me. I'm happy to answer those. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your July, and I will see you in August. Take care.